Now, COGTA Minister Velenkosi Hlabisa is back in the Nelson Mandela Bay for a follow-up visit meeting with the Metro administration and organised business. The city continues to struggle with ongoing electricity interruptions, water supply challenges and ageing infrastructure. Nelson Mandela Bay also has the highest level of irregular expenditure in the country, totaling about 25 billion rands, prompting Treasury to threaten withholding its equitable share. Earlier this month, Treasury reclaimed over 140 million rands in unspent conditional grants. For more on this now, we bring in SABC News reporter Sisipho Ngcumbe, who's reporting from Gqeberha for us this hour. So Sisipho, take us through what are you hearing, particularly when it comes to this, and what is Minister Hlabisa's main focus during the visit to the Metro today?
Well, a very good morning to you, Mxolisi, and a good morning to the viewers at home as well. Indeed, it is a challenging time to be a resident in the Bay lately, as we have seen, as you said, electricity disruptions, water disruptions. So it's been quite challenging in that regard. Now, we did see quite a number of visits from the COGTA Ministry, having seen, I believe, 2 visits from Deputy Minister Masemula, and now the second visit by the Minister himself, Minister Hlabisa. Now, we know that today Minister Hlabisa will be engaging with not only the Metro, but also with the business chamber. The business chamber here in Nelson Mandela Bay is quite an integral part of civil society. It's made up of business leaders, of religious leaders who've all come together and, who are using their resources, who are attempting to partner with the Metro and use their resources to improve the Metro. Today's program will be focusing on how to build that collaboration between the Metro, how to strengthen that so that more resources can go into fixing infrastructure in order to mitigate these challenges that the Metro is facing. Of course, it's also important to remember that this is in the context of Nelson Mandela Bay being one of the leaders or one of the key areas in which investors, specifically in the automotive sector, are investing. We have several, OEM manufacturers, as well as several leading to several components as well that are supplying those OEMs. So thousands of people's jobs. And we heard last time when Minister Hlabisa was here and talking to the business chamber that these jobs, find themselves on the line now once basic service delivery is unable to reach the people. So we are looking forward to see what collaborative measures will be put in place to ensure that Nelson Mandela Bay goes back to its former glory. And it's also important to remember that the visit by the Deputy Minister Masemula on Thursday, the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro Mayor Lobisha had signaled, asking for intervention, asking for help to build capacity, in the Bay, knowing that there are challenges with human resources in the municipality, with financial, as you said as well, there is wasteful expenditure, Mxolisi. So the Deputy Minister then proposed to deploy a task team, or rather a supportive team, to support those areas of governance that are lacking, in particular deploying specialists in engineering to help fix and mitigate those challenges. We know, of course, that the Bay is growing day by day, and the infrastructure, it would seem, is unable, or is proving to be unable to handle all of that influx. So those specialists are a welcome, a capacity builder, as the mayor said. They welcome this building in capacity, and we know that this is an urgent matter. Having the COGTA looked at section 154 in which they deployed this team, and we also heard Deputy Minister Masemula saying that if things fail to improve, there may be a need to bring in section 139, which in that case would mean that the structures of municipality would have failed, and provincial and national government, specifically through COGTA, would take over management of this municipality. However, that is something that is trying to be avoided by bringing in reinforcement. So today we will be seeing the minister expand on that and specifically look at partnerships that can help to save the Metro, both economically and socially, and in terms of helping to sort of build that capacity to handle all these problems.
Right, Thomas, thank you so much for that update. That's our reporter Sisipho Ngcumbe, who's reporting from Gqeberha on Minister Hlabisa's visit and the challenges facing the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. We'll take you there as and when that story continues to develop this morning.